Hey you. You suck at listening. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're a good listener. In this video, we're going to look at the key skill that separates just good listeners from amazing listeners. And we're going to look at 2 ways that you can develop this skill so that you can become a great magnetic listener.
Oh Lord, it's good to be here with you, Mr. O'Brien.
My little sister is banging my door down and she's trying to show me her brand new nails. And they look great. They've got little snowflakes on them. And although it might have been a little bit inconvenient for me, and it was only a small thing, but that small thing made me wonder about something much bigger. And I want to use this story to help drive a point. One of my favorite people to look up on the internet is Carl Rogers. He was one of the founders of humanistic psychology, and he was one of the earliest people to adopt active listening into his work, that work being clinical psychology. In his book, wait for it, Active Listening, Rogers discusses a key attitude or a mindset, and without it, he reckons that active listening or listening at all just won't work. To be effective at all in listening, one must have a sincere interest in the speaker. And if we are only making a pretense of interest in the speaker, he will quickly pick this up, either consciously or unconsciously, and once he does, he will no longer express himself freely. Dale Carnegie loves to talk about a similar topic like this in everyone's favorite book. I'm wondering, should I make a video about this book? Let me know in the comments below. Now, of course, this can backfire when we treat it like a tactic, when we force interest, rather than find out why we should be interested, rather than actually learning interest. Rogers suggests that excessively faking interest in someone can be picked up quickly. Whether they're aware of it or not, they can almost distance themselves from us and not share their authentic self as much. And that's what I'm trying to get at with this story with my sister. I'm confident that the same day I start dismissing people and turning them down, whether it's big or small, like showing me their nails, and I start showing them that I don't care, and that I find my own words and my own life far more interesting, is the same day that they decide that maybe I shouldn't hear about their lives in the same detail anymore. Whether they're aware of it or not, they might feel as though they're not important enough for me. Then I will feel truly lonely. Of course, not everything needs to be interesting, but how would I know the difference if I don't even try? Okay, we need to develop this sincere, this genuine interest in order to listen effectively. Rogers says developing an attitude of sincere interest in the speaker is no easy task. Cool, that makes things worse. It's hard. Obviously it's hard. Many of us are naturally far too invested on what we want to say and what's going on in our own lives, because that's what we see 99% of the time. We end up interrupting others. Sometimes we wait for our turn to speak instead of trying to actually understand what the other person is on about. So how can we develop this kind of attitude? Well, according to Rogers, through practice. It can be developed only by being willing to risk seeing the world from another person's point of view. If we have a number of such experiences, however, they will shape an attitude which will allow us to be truly genuine in our interest in the speaker. So we need to practice, but what kind? I have 2 ways here that you can try out to develop this rare mindset of genuine interest in others, so that all kinds of things, including listening, will get much easier and much more effective, like conversation and developing connections. This first one is something that I personally recommend. For me, it makes fun conversation sort of just happen because I'm so focused and dialed in. Try this. Visualize in your head what the other person is saying. So, for example, if your friend is talking to you about their cat, who stole a Nissan 240SX and took it to a drift competition and won. Try visualizing that in your head and take note of what kind of questions might show up. Rogers suggests a little experiment to test and improve your listening skills through building this genuine interest and practicing this shift in perspective. It's something that I talk about in the social workshop as a practical exercise. You can check it out in the link below. He suggests bringing up a rule in a passionate or heated discussion with someone. He says before either participant in the discussion can make a point or express an opinion of his own, he must restate out loud the previous point or position of the other person. The restatement must be accurate enough to satisfy the speaker before the listener can be allowed to speak for himself. So it's essentially understanding the other person's point, making sure they agree that you're right in your understanding before you can speak on your own behalf. But here's the catch, you can't just restate what they said. It must be in your own words. Try this and watch the vibe change fast. Every time I do this, any kind of conversation turns into a much more productive feeling one. And it can really show you the correlation between understanding someone and finding interest. You can also give it a go in groups as well, or even just grab a conversation partner and practice it. Ask someone about their day and set the same rule for yourself. You can use listening to ask really good questions. Here's a video about that. If you're interested in the social workshop, you can check it out in the link below. In it, I'll help you develop real confidence, conversation skills, and communication skills.